Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar with the Corporate Partnership Program. We are thrilled to have you join our session today. So before we dive in, just some few housekeeping notes. This session is being recorded, and so please keep that in mind throughout the whole webinar. And also, the use of artificial intelligence tools during this session is not permitted, so we kindly ask you to turn them off. My name is Carmen Miranda, and I'm your host for today's session. I'm an innovation consultant at EIC, one of the proud partners of the EIC Scaling Club. During this session, we encourage you an active participation, and please feel free to drop your questions in the chat at any time. There will be a dedicated Q&A session later where we will address them, all of the questions. So to start, I'd like to invite Sarah Jude, EIC Scaling Club Project Advisor at the EIC Business Acceleration Services, to open the session with some welcoming remarks. Sarah, the floor is yours.
Yes, good morning. Many thanks, Carmo, for this introduction, and welcome to all our participants and attendees to the fifth edition of the EIC Scaling Club webinar series, where we focus on scale-up support initiatives offered by European Innovation Council and our partners. As you may know, we have launched the EIC Scaling Club to identify and support 120 deep tech scale-ups in strategic fields. Next slide. And our mission is twofold, to help Europe drive digital and green transition and to position Europe as a global deep tech leader. And halfway into the project, the EIC Scaling Club has already created a strong foundation to build on. We have 120 exceptional deep tech companies from across Europe that some of our attendees are representing here today. We have an engaged network of diverse stakeholders and also ongoing mentoring services and many partner roadshow events. And we also start to see the first results. So across the portfolio, the participating companies have so far raised almost 681 million euros since joining the club, so in 1 year or less. In other terms, the company's cumulative funding increased on average by 23%. And this number only covered the disclosed rounds, and of course, we keep counting. These are first seeds, and with remaining support activities still to come, I'm confident that this impact will only multiply. Since our club members continue benefiting from tailored mentoring, partner outreach, as well as media visibility. And as you may know, we have also opened up the EIC Business Acceleration services to all EIC Scaling Club companies. So the slide here covering the past services.
We don't see any slide. Sorry to interrupt you, but you should have a very nice presentation, but we don't see.
Can you, Carmo, can you go to the next slide? I don't, okay, yes. Next. Here, yes, this is the right slide. I assumed that I had the presentation open myself, so it didn't move on. So this slide might be familiar to some of you. This covers the business acceleration services that you might benefit from, split into three main categories. On the right side, you see services under access to skills that you may benefit from 12 days of business coaching, a women leadership program that is there to strengthen the leadership journey of women founders, co-founders, and women in your companies that are in chief level positions. In addition, we organize several community trainings throughout the year, focusing on various topics such as AI, IPOS, communication, to name just a few. Under access to contracts in the middle, we offer global business expansion services, which are orientation missions for our companies to get to know new markets, such as Singapore, Silicon Valley, Japan. So to consider them for expansion of their businesses. And another service under contact expansion are the services, a catalog of services that are offered by EIC partners under Ecosystem Partnership Program. There are more than 100 services that are available to you from across Europe and in different different sectors that you might benefit from, and we also reimburse 50% of these services. So I invite you to have a look in the EIC Partnership Service Catalog to find out more. And coming to the left side, it's access, our services offering access to contracts. Those are the most tangible services that we provide. The first one, international and European trade fairs. We had a dedicated webinar on this activity where we bring a number of selected companies to trade fairs in Europe and abroad and help them matchmake with local stakeholders. In addition, three other more matchmaking focused services are investor outreach, where we match companies with investor, of course, pre-supported with dedicated investor readiness activities. Then we also have a program for connections with the innovation buyers, both private and public, and we also had a dedicated webinar on this service. And now coming to corporate program partnership, which is one of the services on which we will focus also today. So the corporate partnership program is matching our EIC startups and scale-ups with innovation-driven corporates, and that definitely offers huge potential for both sides. Next slide. And here, corporates define the unmet needs that they have, so not the solutions that they are looking for. And like this, they create space for truly innovative technologies that are provided by our startups and scale-ups. And with new solutions, the corporates on one side future-proof their operations, while on the other side, scale-ups gain new customers, new markets, and definitely scale up faster. This is only a short introduction on a very general impact of corporate partnerships, but my colleague who will follow me afterwards, Manuel Mengutia, who is leading the corporate partnership program in EISMEA, will tell you more and guide you through the program together with the team of partners who are working on the program. And you will hear of some very concrete examples of EIC corporate partnerships that are already in place and has been successfully supported by us. And I'm sure that those will be some inspiring cases for you, and hopefully also inspiring your participation in the future corporate partnership events. So I wish you a productive session today.
Thank you very much, Sarah, for that introduction. Before moving to Manuel, we will begin with a short presentation of the EIC Scaling Club to tell us a little bit more about how the EIC Scaling Club supports scale-ups in their growth journey. And for this, I'm pleased to introduce André Barbosa, Senior Innovation Consultant at the Innovation Ecosystem. André, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Carmo. Good morning to everyone. I don't intend here to present the EIC Scaling Club initiative because I believe all of you are already very much familiar with that. I just wanted to emphasize a bit the different pathways that we put forward to benefit you as company members of Scaling Club in your growth journey. Starting with the tailored mentorship that you may be also very familiar with. So this expert mentor guidance addressing these growth challenges and focusing on market expansion and partnerships. The access to other programs, which is also the ultimate goal of this webinar here. And we are talking about access to programs, both from EIC, corporates, with procurers, with the International Trade Fairs program as well as access to programs provided by non-EIC institutions, such as, for example, the European Investment Bank. We also provide the organization of workshops and events, such as this one that we are that is taking place here today, but also many other activities foreseen in the project, the club meetings, the Ambition Forum, and so on. And these access to other programs that I just mentioned a bit before is not just an open, standardized access to these programs, but we also intend to provide some tailored and customized support for Scaling Club company members to access those programs. So we try to handpick, to target these support and provide you, so to say, fast-track access to these programs. Last but not least, the enhanced visibility and network support, where we tend to showcase successful examples of scale-ups that we are supporting that are thriving in this growth journey, in marketing, expanding, and in setting up new partnerships. As my last note, I would like to ask you to stay tuned in our communication channels, in our social media channels, for the upcoming initiatives that we're going to have in terms of providing this information and access to other programs. More is coming up in the future. And with that, I close my presentation. Thank you very much. Carmen, back to you.
Thank you very much, Andre, also for the clear explanation on how the EIC Scaling Club can support the scale-ups. Now, let's hear a little bit more about the corporate program, how it works, their goals, and the benefits of engaging also with the corporate partners. For this, I will hand over to Manuel Mendigutia, Program Coordinator at the EASME, European Commission. Manuel, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Carmen. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Thank you, Sarah, Andre, and all the colleagues, and also all the companies of the Scaling Club participating for your interest in the Corporate Partnership Program. Well, Sarah already explained quite briefly what is the purpose. As all of you being innovators, working scale-ups companies, you know the importance of the collaboration between scale-ups and large corporations and all the benefits and the increasing competitiveness that this collaboration can bring into both the corporations and the scale-ups. It's for that reasons that the European Innovation Council, since the last 8 years, is working closely with large corporations to facilitate, using our position and the network that we have, to bring together and to bridge the gap between large corporations and the most innovative scale-ups in Europe, like your scale-ups. No? Next slide, please. Yeah, let's go for the next. This is a little bit the rationale that we see as the EIC is, as you know, bringing together a good portfolio of companies from 36 countries, not only the EU 27, and large corporations in Europe still are based on the data that we have compared with the States or with China, not using the huge potential of this innovation brought by companies like yours into their own models, into their own business strategies. And we see the EIC as a unique opportunity to bring them together and to facilitate this connection for the benefits of all citizens and the creation of growth and employment in Europe. Next. So as I said, this program is not new. It has been for the last 8 years running. We have counted, and you will see the data later, collaborated with more than 120 corporations. I have my colleagues Juan Botero and Madalena Lauzi that they will share with you later about the details on how to apply, and also we will have, and I think also Amélie Kral from Signoster, one of the companies that participated in One Corporate Day and already signed a deal, in this case with Galp, with the Portuguese corporation, that they will explain in detail, how it works and give you some advices about the applications. But what I can share with you is that we usually work with individual corporate days, or what we call multi-corporate days, with several corporations have specific topics that they share, as Sarah was saying, with the portfolio of the EIC, and you have access as member of the Scaling Club to apply, and in this case to be selected by the corporation to do this. What we try to avoid is to lose time for you, lose time for the corporation, working in advance of the pitching and matching day, so the corporate and the startup know each other. They see that there is a possibility to do a business deal that can come into a pilot, it can come into an investment, and for that we save time for all, and we are very targeted in the result that I think is very useful for both the corporation and the scale-ups. Next. Here you have some data of the last 8 years. We just celebrated last week the 1075 Corporate Day with Thales Alenia Space. We were in Italy at the headquarters of the corporation, and 11 companies from the EIC were selected by Thales Alenia Space. They were pitching, meeting with executives and decision makers, and we would like to see some of the companies or more companies from Scaling Club applying and being selected by large corporations. What is our KPI is the deals. So as you see, in the last years, we got 100 deals, and we understand deals as design agreement, usually pilots, agreements, also venture clienting, licensing, other business agreements between the large corporations and the EIC beneficiaries that usually are the first step into a long-lasting cooperation between both entities. Please, next. And here, better than some data is to provide a best practice, and this show you a little bit how we expect success to happen. No? In this case, talking about the strategic collaboration that ends in strategic investment from the side of large corporation like Holcim and EIC beneficiary that Nanolike. After participating in a corporate day, they sign an NDA and they develop a POC, a proof of concept, to check if the proposal of Nanolike was applicable in Holcim. It was successful. Then they signed business agreements to deploy the solution of Nanolike in several countries where Holcim has activities. And it worked so well that in 2023, so just 2 years after the corporate day, Holcim invested in Nanolike, and now it's part of the board of this company, supporting them to scale globally, and having this stamp of quality, of course, allow the startup to sell more of the products with many other corporations and receive more investments for businesses that follow the investments of the large corporations. So these are the examples that we would like to see multiply in the next years, and this is why we are working as contractors with Hello Tomorrow and with Dealflow, with Madalena Lauzzi and with Juan Botero that are here with us, and we'll give you more information about it. So from our side, again, you have any question, we have there in the chat. I let you follow up with the workshop, and as I said, expect many Scaling Club companies applying and getting the most of this program in the next future. Thank you.
Thank you, Manuel, for that overview. Before listening to Sun Oyster success case, let's capture this special moment with the group photo. And for this, we encourage all participants to turn on their cameras. For anyone who prefer not to be included, feel free to turn off their camera. For the others, I will ask you to turn on the camera and give us a big smile. I'm just going to stop sharing my screen. Smile. A big smile. We are good, Marcin? Yeah. Perfect. Thank you very much. I'm going to share back my screen. Yeah, thank you very much. And let's move on. Now, next, we are excited to hear a real-life success story, as Manuel said, from a company that has directly benefited from this program. I would like to welcome Amélie Krell, Head of Sales and Marketing at Sun Oyster Systems, who will share their experience and how it helped their company move forward. Amélie, the floor is yours.
Yeah, hello all. Yeah, so my name is Amélie Krell. I work for Sun Oyster. It's a startup located in the north of Germany. It's near Hamburg, and I'm responsible in charge for sales and marketing. And yeah, Sun Oyster Systems is a developer and manufacturer of innovative solar solutions, for example, bi-axis solar tracking systems, and also for lightweight modules with a special feature of a glass front and simply glued on the rooftop. I have an example, a piece of the module. It's very thin, very efficient, and yeah, it's with a USP of the weight. It's ideal for rooftops with limited load-bearing capacity. And in July last year, we pitched this solution with the lightweight modules to Galp Energia directly in Lisbon within the Galp Innovation Days. And yeah, we were really well prepared because we had an outstanding and excellent advice and guidance from the EIC coach for the preparation of our pitch deck, who helped us to stay really focused on the pitch and yeah, perfectly to the essential points. It was a great collaboration. Thank you again in advance. The discussion with Galp there went very well for us, as our product yeah, is perfect for the many gas station roofs whose static are not suitable for normal PV installation. Yeah, so well, in fact, that our intention to carry out a pilot project that was nearly announced during the very first meeting. In December, we received the official order from Galp for our product, the modules, which were then delivered at the beginning of this year in January to Lisbon. And yeah, the upshot was that the installation of the project with the lightweight modules was completed yesterday, on Monday, yesterday. I have fresh revelations. Everything went well. And yeah, after the test phase, we hope for further cooperation. So from the first pitch in July last year to nearly end of May this year, it were nearly 9 months, like a baby. So yeah, and yeah, all in all, we it can be said that these innovation days were among one of the best organized, super efficient in terms of structure, processes, and yeah, as already mentioned, the preparation for the pitch deck and the pitch also very efficient and really outstanding. Even we are an experienced startup, it was a value for us. Yeah, and yeah, I think the key for our success was, yeah, as mentioned again, the focused pitch deck and a lot of patience as the decisions take longer than expected, mostly. And yeah, then I can finish and send good luck to you all.
Thank you very much, Amelie, for sharing that inspiring story. I will please feel free to drop the questions in the chat at any time, since we will have a dedicated Q&A session later, and we will address all your questions. Also, if you have questions to Amelie, feel free to drop them in the chat. Okay. Now, let's look ahead to the upcoming Corporate Days in 2025. To walk us through the key sectors and opportunities, we would like to welcome Juan David Botero, Head of Startup Programs at Hello Tomorrow. Juan, over to you.
Thank you very much, Carmo. So yes, I'm Juan Botero. I'm Head of Startups at Hello Tomorrow, one of the contractors that Manuel has mentioned for this corporate partnership program. And Carmo, if you don't mind, can I share my screen? We just did an update to our workflow. Sorry to disturb this very smooth organization so far, but here we are. So we have around 25 activities upcoming for the next 18 months. These are the ones that are confirmed, that are already going to happen. So there's a scoop. Some of them are yet to be announced. So you're the first ones hearing from them. Some are already out there with the open call. So the process is, you see the open call that is published in the website, and Mara will walk you through a bit on the specifics on this one. But the ones that are upcoming. So now we have in July for Love Tomorrow. This is an event that our famous Tomorrowland organizations is working now with a new startup and innovation initiative. So we're going to be there with 3 corporates and a multi-corporate event. As Manuel mentioned, we have some that are specifically on one corporate, some multi-corporate event around key subjects. So this one is going to be in July 23rd, 25. The call is already open, and it's going to be around ingredient product innovation, pasteurization, depending on the corporate, packaging, water and climate, supply chain, process optimization, and most like around circular economy solutions. Then in this week of September 25th with B. Brown in Germany, they're going to start looking for technologies around smart medical devices, patient safety, digital medical solutions. Then this one it's about to be announced, so stay put, and the ones that are upcoming as well. The one in October, it's going to be on the P&G and Innovation Roundtable. It's a multi-corporate event, so the one that is organized is P&G, but it's many really good and top-tier corporates that we cannot announce yet, but they're looking around novel ingredients, AI for optimization, electrical solutions for that, but it's basically for medical biotech. And then we're going to have Opela in November. So it's on the 12th and 13th of November, and the idea is they're going to start looking for technologies around medicinal products. So allergy relief, digestive system, pain relief, mental and physical wellness, a bit about relief and symptom relief. Then on the 5th and 6th of November, we're going to be with Bayer, and they're looking mostly for agriculture tech, everything that is regenerative agriculture, new frontiers of ag tech, and basically all this circularity around food systems. Then for March, we're going to have a multi-corporate day again. So it's going to be in Madrid. It's All for Zero. It's an initiative. It's a consortium from several companies that are looking for diminishing the carbon emissions, and mostly working around circular economy. And this with you can check them out. They're very compelling. They're working with the working companies. It's Holcim, Iberia, and some other big companies from the Iberian region. And we have Zurich Insurance lastly, and they're basically looking for AI applications and life and health sustainability. So these are the ones that are confirmed. Again, some are upcoming, the open calls, but as mentioned, we have around 25 upcoming activities. So we recommend you to stay put and be checking the website for the open calls to basically to apply. And then Mara will give you a bit more information on how to apply.
Thank you very much, Juan, for that clear roadmap and also of what's coming next. I see that we already have some questions in the chat. Feel free to continue writing your questions in the chat. We will have later a Q&A session to address all your questions. Okay. Now, we will explain a little bit more on how the company can apply to the program. Madalena Lauzuli, Investment Associate at Flow, will guide us through the application process, deadlines, and best practices. Madalena, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you so much. And thank you to all for being here. So my name is Maddalena, and I work together with Juan, implementing the EIC Corporate Partnership Program. So thank you, Juan, for the overview of the next events. Now you might wonder how you can apply to them. So if you can go to the next slide, please. Yeah, okay, perfect. So we launch the calls in the EIC community. So you can go on the EIC community and look for the corporate days that are currently open. And I'm going to tell you at the end what are the ones that are currently open and which are the ones that are about to open, which is also like matching with what Juan just shared. And when you click on register to the event, you need to have your EU login. So make sure that you have this part also ready. Of course, like for every company experiencing any issues in accessing the event dashboard, we also cooperate with the EIC IT team. Then if you can please go to the next slide, in the application, which normally lasts around 4 to 5 weeks, you have to fill in a form. And in the form, the type of questions are really related to your innovation and how it solves the challenges that the corporate is proposing. So you really need to select 1 or 2 challenges and describe why you're applying based on those challenges. And then you will also have some close questions such as like, are you fundraising? What are you looking for? What is the stage of your innovation? And so on and so forth. And finally, you also need to upload the deck. Once we collect the information that you shared and once the open call is closed, if you can please go to the next slide, we store everything and we give everything to the corporate. Because in the EIC Corporate Partnership Program, we really want the corporate to be the one mastering the selection. Because the selection is based on their business interests and strategic goals. The final KPI and measure of impact for us is business deals to happen, like Sun Oyster, for example. So we give the selection to the corporate. We of course try to help them, but it's really up to them. And then they come back to us saying, okay, these are the companies we would like to see pitching, and these are the reason why. For us, knowing the reason why, it's super important, because then in the next phase, which is the preparation phase, we are best positioned to help the companies that have been selected. And in the preparation phase, there are 3 key steps that are very important. The first one is what we call a preparatory workshop. So it's a 1-hour workshop where we invite not only the companies, but also the corporates, where the corporates do a sort of like reverse speech, explaining what they want, what are they looking for, and so on and so forth. And during this meeting, there is also one important figure, which is the business expert, that not only coaches on a high level, let's say you, on how to improve your deck, but also challenge the corporates in case like to really make sure that everything is on the table, and for you also to have all the answers you need. And then of course you also can question the corporates on certain topic. So this is the first step. Then the second step is a one-to-one meeting with one of those business experts. Those business experts are experts in the field and in the, let's say, also corporate world, that can really coach you on how to improve your deck to make sure it matches with what the corporate is looking for in your specific case. Because again, we have those information that we take them from the corporate. And then finally, you might be familiar with all of these things. Finally, we have the dry run, and during the dry run, we also invite the representative from the corporate to attend, so they can also give you like some final feedback before you go to the event in person and you present to the whole business representatives of the corporate. So it's very important actually, because you also have the chance to understand the feedback from their perspective. And normally this person is the one we are in contact with leading the Open Innovation Department. But he knows what his colleague wants, right? So that's it. That's the preparation phase with its 3 steps. Then activity day in person. Agenda is normally 2 days, and one is fully dedicated to pitches and one-to-one in-person meeting with the corporate. And then finally, of course, we want to hear from you. We want to know how did it go, if you have any feedback for us, and so on and so forth. So that's the process, and overall, normally it lasts around 4 months, because of course everything takes time, and we want to make sure to do it right. Then if you can please go to the next slide. Okay, just this just like for you to know, where can you find the next events? Well, this is in the EIC community mainly, but I think also you will have a direct channel through Carmo and the team, so you're always up to date. And I'm gonna also put my email here for you to contact me if you have any questions. But otherwise, in the EIC community, you find all the information. And then for you also to know, what are the 2 open calls that are now opened? Well, there is the one, the EIC Multi-Corporate Day with AB InBev, Coca-Cola, and P&G. And then another one that we are about to open actually today. Probably my colleague is now opening it, which is, we're going to go extra border, but we're going to go to Japan with Jetro. We are collaborating with the Japanese corporations, and yeah, that's it basically. And it's the first one, it's in July, and the second one in Japan is in October. And then the other ones, like Juan before he showed the overview, right? So there's going to be other one coming. So please make sure to keep an eye on the EIC community platform. And I'm going to also put my email here for you. That's it on my side, but happy to take any questions, or you can also text them in the chat.
Thank you very much, Madalena, for also going through the whole application process and sharing more about the upcoming goals. Now it's time for questions. Feel free to drop them in the chat or raise your hand. We will do our best to answer them as most questions as possible. I see that we already have some questions in the chat. The first one is from Ina, and the question is, hello Juan, how to apply to corporate partnership events and who is eligible?
I think this might have been already answered by Mother, right?
I don't know, Ina, if you have any other additional question or if it was clear.
It's okay. It's clear to me. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. We have another question in the website, in the chat from Ellie, and she is asking which website. Can you, Madalena, please add the website maybe in the chat if possible?
Yeah, and you're also asking about emails, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. We absolutely we do it. So if you want to share your email account, your email, then for whenever we see like a match for between the challenges and what your solution is providing, we can invite you personally, because also something that we do once we receive the challenges from the corporate, we do a tailored scouting. So we really try to understand what are the best companies that fit with the challenges of the corporations. And we then do a super targeted outreach for these companies, basically. And we also give the corporates the opportunity to sort of pre-select some companies that will be preliminarily invited during the application process while we keep the call open. So please feel free to send me an email, and I will store yours. And in the meantime, I will share the website of the EIC community with all the open calls. Not just for the EIC CPP, but for all the programs. So if you want this specifically, then feel free for everyone to send me an email.
Yeah, here you have already. Yeah, and also to apply for the event, you need to go through this EIC community platform. I don't know if you are familiar or not, but you can also contact us if you need any support on this. Does anyone have any more questions? Feel free to unmute yourself also.
Sorry.
Maybe Madalena, can you also add here the email from the corporate? Because I think this is the support email, right?
Yeah, it's corporate@dealflow.eu.
Perfect, thank you. Does anyone have any more questions? Feel free to unmute yourself or post your question in the chat. Does anyone have any more questions? Just to make sure, the question from Ellie, it was clear. The answer from Madalena, the question is it possible to receive push emails from the team when a new opportunity is published?
Yeah, very clear. She answered, and I will send an email to the address provided to get these updates swiftly when they occur. Thanks.
Thank you, Ellie. Does anyone have any more questions? Okay, so in the meantime, if you don't have any questions, but feel free to contact us or Madalena for any additional question or also any support needed throughout the whole process. We are going to be also in close contact with you for these new opportunities, and we are also going to have these opportunities in our newsletter in the EIC Scaling Club website. So please feel free also to get in contact with us if you need anything. Okay. So thank you very much for the questions and also for the answers. Before we wrap up, we would like to hear a little bit from you and your feedback also on today's webinar, as your input will help us improve future sessions and ensure that we are providing the most relevant and useful content for you. I'm sharing a feedback survey link in the chats and the QR code on the screen, and I will give you a moment to fill it out as your feedback is invaluable for us. You can scan the QR code with your phone in the screen or also access it in the chat. Okay, thank you very much for your feedback. So before we officially close, I'm pleased to invite Sarah Jude back to share some final words with us. Sarah, the floor is yours.
Many thanks, Carmo. Thank you for guiding us so efficiently through today's webinar. I think it was a very informative session. We have presented very concrete EIC business acceleration support services, this time the corporate partnership program that is targeting both scale-ups, which are in our EIC Scaling Club, as well as corporates, which are also members of the EIC Scaling Club, so benefiting both in this matchmaking process that ideally develops in a concrete partnership. And we have also highlighted a very concrete example of an EIC corporate partnership. So many thanks, Amelie Krell from Sun Oysters, for joining us and sharing your experience. This was a very illustrative case of a successful partnership that was initiated and supported by our program. And when preparing for upcoming corporate events, definitely remember her advice that you should remain focused in your preparation and in your pitch. And for this, it is crucial to also note the corporate needs on the other side. As you may have experienced so far, so navigating the corporate world, it's challenging. It's challenging to knock and open the right doors and to pave a way to a valuable partnership. This is not always straightforward, and that's why we have the service here for you, playing a crucial role and making sure that we make a difference in this endeavor. So do use the information that has been provided to you today by Juan and Madalena, who have presented you step by step the application process for the corporate partnership events, as well as in detail all the activities that are part of the program. And you have also received, what I understood, a very fresh list of newly confirmed activities. So this is to plan your participation in the events that are in your sector way in advance. And I would also stress the upcoming two activities with P&G, BMV, and Coca-Cola in July, and B. Brown in September, for which we have learned that the applications are already open or will open very soon. Maybe a next slide. Now you may find more information on the Corporate Partnership Program and other business acceleration services that I have mentioned in my introductory address on our corporate website. You have a link here, and also a link to the EIC community platform, which has been mentioned a couple of times before, where you could find all the calls to corporate partnership events and other bus services to apply. So with this in mind, I would like to thank all our speakers today. Manuel, thank you from ISMEA. Many thanks to Juan and Madalena from Hello Tomorrow and Dealflow for guiding us through the Corporate Partnership Program. And also many thanks to our organizers, Jura, Carmo, and Andre for hosting us today. Instead of a conclusion, I would share an invitation. I really look forward to meeting all of EIC Scaling Club companies in our next EIC Scaling Club event. This is the Ambition Forum, which is confirmed to take place in Riga on 3rd September, so after summer holidays. So please do save the date now, if not yet, for a day of networking, investor corporate outreach, and scale up deep dives. So really looking forward to being with all of you there. While we don't have further webinars confirmed for now, please do remain connected through our various communication channels, through the EIC Scaling Club newsletter, and also BUS newsletter for more news. So next slide. And at the end, I would just reinforce Manuel's call to see many EIC Scaling Club companies in the upcoming corporate events. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Sara, for your closing words, and also a huge thank you to all your speakers and participants today. Your contribution have been invaluable, and we are very grateful for your time and engagement in this session. As Sara said, please keep an eye in our EIC Scaling Club website and our newsletter, where we will also share with you the upcoming opportunities, also from the Corporate Partnership Program, but also from other programs on behalf of the EIC. With this, we close the session and wish you a great day to everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.